Hello, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be going over 3 ACT math questions. For all these problems, I recommend pausing the video and trying the problems yourself first before you see me solve them. Without wasting any time, let's get into it. Question 12 says, which of the following expressions gives the number of revolutions a tire with a diameter of d feet will make in a trip m miles long? And it's given to us that 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. So for this question, first I just understand what a revolution is. So when a tire rolls, right, one full turn, which is a revolution, covers a distance equal to the circumference of the tire, right? So that basically means equals 2 pi r. And remember, the radius times 2 equals a diameter. So it's really pi times d. So one revolution equals pi times d. So this is what one revolution equals to, right? So when a tire has one full turn, it covers a distance of pi d, which is one revolution. So now we want to figure out how many total revolutions a tire will make in a trip m miles long. So notice that the diameter is given to us in feet. So let's actually convert miles into feet. So we're given m miles, and we want to convert that into feet, right? Well, we know that 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. And since you want to cancel out miles, we would multiply by 5,280 feet, right? Because that equals 1 mile. So we get 5,280 m. This is m miles converted into feet. So this is our total distance, right? And to find the total number of revolutions, we divide the total distance by the distance covered in one revolution. And the distance covered in one revolution is pi d. So you're going to divide 5,280 m by pi d. And this will give you your total number of revolutions because this is the total distance. And then this is the distance covered in one revolution. And this matches answer choice F. Question 18, which says, the cost of 2 notebooks and a package of pencils is $7. The cost of 3 notebooks and 2 packages of pencils is $11. What is the cost of 1 notebook and 1 package of pencils? So for this question, this is going to be a system of equations question. So for this question, I would assign variables. So let's call X the cost of 1 notebook, Y cost of 1 package of pencils. 1 package of pencils. Okay. And now we can just set this up like a system of equations. 2 notebooks, so 2x plus y is 7. 3x, 3 notebooks, plus 2 packages, 2y, is 11. And now if we want to solve for the cost of 1 notebook plus 1 package of pencils, which is x plus y, we can just solve for x and y. And then we can figure out the cost of 1 notebook and 1 package of pencils. So let's cancel out y. So let's multiply the top equation by -2. This gets you -4x minus 2y equals -14. And if we add that to 3x plus 2y equals 11, if we add these two equations, we get -x, right? The y's cancel out, equals -3. And if we solve for x, divided by -1, divided by -1, we get x equals 3. Right? So the cost of one notebook is $3. And now to figure out the cost of one package of pencils, you just plug in 3 for x here in one of these equations, and you can just solve for y. So let's pick the first equation. 2 times 3 plus y equals 7. So 6 plus y equals 7. And if we solve for y, we get y equals 1. Right? So the cost of one package of pencils is $1. And the cost of one notebook is $3. And if we want to figure out the cost of one notebook and one package of pencils, you just add the 2. So it's going to be h. 3 plus 1 equals 4. On to the next question. Question 24, which says a certain right circular cone has a volume of 616 cubic meters. Given that the cone has a height of 5 meters, which of the following gives the radius of the base of the cone in meters? And it's given to us that the volume of a right circular cone with radius r and height h is 1/2 pi r squared h. So v equals 1/3 pi r squared h, right? So for this problem, you basically want to solve for r. So let's actually isolate r first, and then we can just plug in the given values. So we're given that the volume is 616 and the height is 5, and we can just plug that in at the end to match one of these answer choices. So if we were to isolate r, first let's multiply 3 to both sides of the equation to cancel out the 1/3 on the right. So you get 3v equals pi r squared h. 3 times 1/3 is just 1. Now let's divide by pi h. Pi h. So we get 3v equals pi h. And if we want to isolate r, we have to square root r. So you get square root 3v pi h equals r, right? And now we can just plug in our volume and height. So v is 616. So just replace v with 616 and replace h with 5. So we want to look for this answer choice. And this matches... This matches answer choice G. So I hope my explanations made sense, and thank you for watching.